Hello, this is Ball Racing with the 2018 Monaco Grand Prix race report and the BWOAH score. Yes, of course, as you can see, this is the picture of the big accident between Charles Leclerc and Brendan Hartley. Charles Leclerc unfortunately suffered a front left brake failure, and, well, quite frankly, Brendan Hartley was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Neither driver's fault, and yeah, but let's look on the next picture. Yes. Oh yes, this sums up Daniel Ricciardo's performance today. Daniel Ricciardo, despite a loss of almost 200 brake horsepower, had the balls to hold off Sebastian Vettel, and look at little Lewis, he looks so scared. Oh dear, but let's move on again. Yes, today's result, Daniel Ricciardo won in such difficult circumstances. Okay, I wouldn't quite describe it as being Michael Schumacher from 1995, but I do think it does have hallmarks of Jules Villeneuve from the 1981 Spanish Grand Prix. Wow, 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 wow. Unbelievable. I just cannot put into words what a performance that was. Of course, in the 1994 Spanish Grand Prix, Michael Schumacher had that gearbox problem where he was stuck in fifth gear, whilst Jules Villeneuve held off four other cars to win by just within 1.5 seconds, of course. But today, Daniel Ricciardo, for me, okay, I know it's not the same era, etc., etc., and completely different specification of cars, but you know, but at the restart, Daniel Ricciardo not only managed to get over his engine issue, even though, of course, it was losing in power, but he warmed the tyres up so they could pull away from Sebastian Vettel, who, despite the fact that he was running at a slower pace, apparently his tyres were degrading towards the end of the race, which is quite incredible. And yes, as we all know, the top four all went for ultra softs for their only pit stop of the race, but Valtteri Bottas went for super softs along with a few other midfield runners, but yet apparently he ended up, well, he got stuck behind Kimi, and well, it turned out to be the front runners decided to hold on just steadily enough so that Bottas wasn't able to make them all choke and have to go in. And of course, I think the virtual safety car pretty much bailed out everyone who went on ultra softs for the rest of the race. So let's go through the BWOAH score. Daniel Ricciardo, it's got to be a 10. I was absolutely trembling when I heard news that his engine and his MGUK had stopped working. I mean, Vettel Court was all over him like a rash for the next 20 laps. But he didn't crack. That's the most important thing. And of course, well, with the barriers and the close proximity of the barriers and the Armco barrier and the Armco protection, it was not really a problem. But of course, in those situations, we have seen drivers bottle it, like a certain Michael Schumacher back in 1996 on the first lap. But of course, Vettel, I have to give him a 9. Did what he could. His car wasn't fast enough in qualifying, hence why Ricciardo was able to plonk his car up front. It wasn't as if he had to drive fast at all, to be honest, for the Honey Badger, but Vettel, he deserves a 9. Lewis Hamilton gets an 8. I mean, he was quite competitive in the early half of the race, but then towards the end, especially with the virtual safety car, he fell back. Raikkonen and Bottas both only get a 7, just an average job, not really much else to say. Esteban Ocon gets an outstanding 9 points for his performance this weekend, one of the drivers of the day, but quite frankly that reward goes to Daniel Ricciardo. I mean, sorry Esteban, I would give you that, but Ricciardo had to pull up a much bigger fight today. And another one who impressed today was Pierre Gasly, 9 points. Unbelievable. Well done. But of course, this is a track that completely disguises the Honda power unit's lack of any speed down the straight for the Toro Rosso. So yeah, this was a weekend that Toro Rosso knew they were going to get points at, and they got 6 of them. So well done, Gasly. Hulkenberg gets 9 points for finishing 8th. He got out-qualified by Sainz, but he did turn it around in the race by getting the bad pit strategy, and then was able to keep Verstappen right behind him. Although, of course, Verstappen was quite angry and the way Nico blocked him, because, of course, Hulkenberg is kind of turning into a bit of a grumpy old man at this point in his career. Max only gets 7 points. Kind of quite pathetic if you think about it. I mean, what on earth was he doing crashing in FP3 at the same spot he crashed at in the 2016 FP3 session here at Monaco? I have no idea. Crashing out in the chicane, away from the swimming pool section, I have no idea. I mean, you only have to watch the replay videos. It's exactly the same crash. And of course, there was that moment where he started dicing with Sainz, and he literally squeezed Sainz down over the rumble strips to overtake him out to the chicane coming out of the tunnel. It was an impressive move, but he was once again pushing the limit. And of course, Sainz, as you expect, was pretty pissed off. Although Sainz himself went off at the chicane on the previous lap, so it's kind of they both committed the same sin. So really, there was no point in the FIA punishing Max for that at all. 11th place, unbelievably, was Marcus Ericsson. Yes, I know he was out-qualified by Charles Leclerc, but he actually put in a very, very solid and steady performance in the race. And yes, I know he was sitting behind Leclerc when his teammate had that incident with Hartley, but still, the fact of the matter is, Ericsson put in a far better performance than we've seen since any of the races since his point-scoring performance at Bahrain. And then up next it is Sergio Perez. Just a terrible performance, to say the least. But having said that, ever since 2016? Yeah, 2016 when he got his podium here, Perez doesn't actually go that well around Monaco, to say the least. Apart from 2016, that was an exception. Magnussen gets 6 points. Yes, I know the horse wasn't very good this weekend, but it was a pretty poor performance regardless. And, I look at his list and it's very interesting. Ocon and Gasly were on super softs towards the end, along with Bottas. Ericsson, Perez and Magnussen were on super softs, and then of course the other guys, BRENDON and Grosjean, who finished behind Magnussen, were also on super softs, but quite frankly they also get 5 points. And Sergei Sorokin, who finished down in 60th, was extremely unlucky to get that 10-second stop-go penalty because of the locked wheel nut, meaning that he couldn't, because of that he had his tyres fitted on outside of the 3-minute window, which is unfortunate. But whether he was on for points, I'm not sure. But having said that, I know it is tough luck, but in Grand Prix rate. But having said that, though, he did finish a long, if it hadn't been for the virtual safety car, he was going to finish a long way behind the rest of the pack. So, yeah, only 5 points for you this weekend, Sergei Sorokin. But, of course, yes, the reject of the day. Oh, my goodness, this kid, Lance Stroll, he only will get 3 points. Oh my goodness me, his attitude was just fucking awful. My goodness me, the amount of moaning he did on the radio. He literally gave Lewis Hamilton and Romain Grosjean a serious run for their money today. And I'll say this, it's just unbearable, really. The kid is so fucking spoiled. I mean, he could be the world. If Formula 1 was about moaning and whinging, this kid would be a definite future world champion. Halfway through the race, with all his tire punching, he was like, I don't want to race anymore. And his engineer was telling him, come on, Lance, you can do it. You can get 3 seconds back on Leclerc. I don't want to race today. And yes, I know he had 75 pit stops and he got onto the hyper softs, and he actually set the fastest sectors in Sector 1 and 2, but Oh, who the fuck cares? Just a shitty spoilt brat, really. He needs to fuck off. And it doesn't matter anyway, because Max Verstappen set the fastest lap. Oh dear. Charles Leclerc and Brendan Hartley, I have to give them 5 points. Very, very unfortunate collision between the pair of them. I don't really see either of them being at fault, really. Charles Leclerc's brakes completely failed. That's a problem with the Sauber car itself, not Leclerc. And then, of course, the only driver who failed to be classified due to the fact he retired way before the checkered flag, Mr. Senor Fernando Alonso. You know what it is, Mr. Alonso? These are the sort of races that make me glad that I am not your fan. And you will not be getting points because, quite frankly, I can't really judge your performance today. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to BWOAH Racing, and I'll see you again next time.